Welcome to the nightcap of our doubleheader. We've got CCC Red Ravens taking on the visiting Allen County Red Devils. This is the men's tilt. Earlier we had the women's when it was a tight one, went double OT 2-1 in favor of the visiting Allen County team. Tonight we're going to have the men's side. I don't know if it's going to go double overtime or not. If they can settle it in regulation, no complaint from me. But it was exciting that first game. And this one, well, record-wise, they look to be evenly matched. It should be no different. I'll be Zach Mitchell. With me as Mitchell writes on the color commentary. And it's a beautiful night for soccer.
It is very beautiful. There was some cloudage a little bit earlier, about halfway through the girls' game. Kind of looked a little bit sketchy, but not too sketchy. But no rain has come down as last Wednesday, whenever there was about a 2-hour delay for the men's game.
That's right. The last time the hometown Red Ravens kicked off, it was a 9 o'clock tilt when the starting time was 7 o'clock. And already Allen County on the run, and the goalie took him out. And, wow, you talk about being aggressive and hyped from the very beginning. We're less than 20 seconds into the ball game, and already the CCC Red Raven defense is on the ropes here. And it's going to be a penalty kick awarded to Allen County. Wow.
Very close penalty kick.
I was about to start talking about sketchiness and cloudage and all that kind of stuff, and now we're just going to talk about how already it took us so long for there to be a lot of scoring opportunities in that girls' game, and already here's one of the best opportunities either team is going to have all night.
Not even a minute into the game.
Not even a minute in. Allen County ready to go. And the goalkeeper on an island, and the shot is blocked and saved. And on the dive, and it's going to be, wow, the defender saves a goal and eats the net for lunch, but does his job. The goalkeeper knocked the ball away, almost had the ball knocked right through his hands back into the net. His teammates, the defender, knocking the ball loose. It'll be a corner kick. Allen County quick on the draw, a header off a defender. And, wow, if it's going to be this fast-paced all night, it's going to be a good evening for soccer.
There's going to be a lot of words said.
Yeah, like cloudage and shrinkage and sketchiness and all sorts of stuff. But Allen County being very aggressive, and you got to imagine this quickly into it. The defenders are a little bit back on their heels for CCC.
Yeah. Like we said, that James Ingram for CCC was the defender who knocked it out of the goal and then ate the net.
Yeah,
so it was a very hard hustle play, but
wiped out, but saved his team, giving up an early goal. And you talk about how long it was 1-0 in the girls' game for the guys. To give up a goal that quickly would be beyond demoralizing.
And a shot, but wide left, which is something we didn't see very often in the girls' game.
No, we didn't. Yeah, it
really wide right, but
that's right. And really hooked left there at the end to bounce away from the goal. Not even the goalkeeper, not even bothering to mess with the shot. But both teams kind of coming out firing here less than 2 minutes into the ball game.
We've already seen multiple shots on goal.
Yes, and multiple headers there. And then we've got a lot of physical play there, people jumping in the air. And you can see the referees letting it go for the most part. I like to see that, obviously. And then, and the ball stays in play as one of the Red Ravens almost eats the foul line pole over there. And we've seen not only players get into the ball game, but the equipment itself.
Yep. Can't ask for anything more than the goal and the flag post.
That's right. Now, when the goal decides to start fighting back against the players, that's when you got to worry a little bit. But you like to see the enthusiasm and the aggression. We mentioned record-wise, both these teams look to be pretty even on paper. The Red Devils come in with a 1-5 record, and the Red Ravens come in with a 1-4. So both teams here, a loss is really debilitating in terms of turning their season around. But a win here tonight, Red Ravens at home, would be able to, a 2-4 record. Okay, you're not at 500, but you're on the way up. A second win would be huge. For the Red Devils, a win on the road in conference, that is beyond big. So a lot of stakes here for teams struggling early into the season.
With both of these teams being able, with an opportunity to double their win column.
Yes. And that statistical analogy is brought to you by the color commentary. The play-by-play usually doesn't deal with math, so don't worry about it. But Mitchell will bring you kind of factoids like that all night long.
Yeah, I know what math is, I think.
Yeah, you've taken a class once or twice. It's been so long for me. What is that exactly? Numbers, shapes? I don't know. That's just beyond weird. But I do know that right now we have an increased pace here for the guys' game, and I think it's because they've had to sit there for 2 overtimes to watch the girls play. They're ready to play.
They're really wanting to play right now.
And with the officials, I don't know if these look to be different guys, but they've changed outfits. We've got yellow amongst the black and white there out on the field. By the way, I got to say, Allen County, I'm partial to black jerseys, but those are pretty nice-looking uniforms.
Those are pretty fresh.
Yes, they're I like the white trim here, and this that fashion tidbit brought to you by the play-by-play. He's going to be talking about that.
What we bring to the table. I bring math. He brings fashion.
Yeah, and we might discuss crocodile wrangling at some point in this broadcast, but we've got to break away from the CCC score, and he loses the ball, outran the ball. You got to bring it with you, buddy. But a nice aggressive play there, and you can tell with a 1-4 record, you got to take some chances early in a ball game. If you're not going to be aggressive, that's how you get it more numbers into the loss column. So go out and make a play. There was no shot on goal there, but you like to see the runouts and the athleticism out there on the outside.
Yep. They're really just getting comfortable with their team play right now at this point.
And the lob for a header, and it's going to be it was supposed to be a header, and the net back into the ball game yet again. This time, an Allen County player wiped out of the back of the net there, unable to score. The goalkeeper challenged the pass and then made it over to stop the goal. Both goalkeepers are going to have their work cut out for them.
Really physical game being played so far.
Yes. Well, both teams have a lot on the line. Again, both teams a little dipsy-do and some tricky footwork there on the outside. And people's ankles. Oh!
Had he got by, that might have been a bad look for the CCC defender right there.
It's still a bad look regardless. You're going to eat turf. It's not a good look. But you like to see him pop up quickly like he did and the defense get back ready to play.
We're going to see an Allen County throw in.
And the orange ball clashing with the black and white there on the green turf. And it's going to be, the lights are on. And it's just a beautiful evening for soccer. I tell you what, this is a phenomenal facility here. But the chance to play in prime time, like most teams in junior college levels, you play a lot. And another wipeout there, this time on the baseline. And we've got an injured CCC Red Raven player as he continues to do some somersault rolls over there on the out-of-bounds marker. But he's helped up by a teammate, and he's going to weirdly hop. Yeah, it's almost like he stepped on a nail or something, but he's going to walk it off. There, you can tell he just he might have got knocked in the knee. I probably took a knee to the thigh or something like that. But
just a sharp pain, a real quick pain.
Yes,
and then now he's back to going.
Yeah, and he's bouncing all over the place. You like to see that. That will be. I'm gonna get you that name real quick. I believe that is Andre Santana. Could be wrong there. I can't tell. It looks like number 22. My eyesight is bad, Mitch. I can't see very. What do you got? Is that the right name down there?
Yep, that looks like Andre Santana, the young man from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil.
There you go. A little some foreign flavor into this ball game down in Southeast Kansas. Wish they'd print the numbers a little bit larger for us visually impaired here up in the box, but that's why you bring the color guy there with the young eyes. So we've had some contact down the field, and the ball is going to be in play to the Red Ravens. Well, we've already gone through 7 minutes of game time, and it's been pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah. We've had a few shots on goal, not as many in the last couple minutes. But then again, we've seen a lot of just action and physicality right in between both teams.
Yeah.
And
we've seen some shots of players going into the goal, but not bringing the ball with them, which usually doesn't work out well. But you like to see just athletes like these flying around like this, getting after it and
really
being
shows
aggressive.
How hard they're going at this game of
the
sport that they love so much.
Oh, and then
that kid just lost his ankles.
Yeah, he did, and his shoes stayed on his feet, but his feet didn't stay on the turf, and he get wiped out. But that's what happens when you have a good low center of gravity. You can pop right back up and hope we didn't get that replay. I tell you, a slow-mo replay really just hurts sports because you can get the eye in the sky never lies, as any coach will tell you. And for us broadcasters, we like to see this type of athleticism on display here tonight.
And out of bounds, Allen County is going to be with throw-in about 40-yard line, 45.
And, we talked about the enthusiasm of the start of this game, and in the girls' game, we were able to discuss how a short bench for Allen County might have hurt them late in the game with fatigue, even though they still were able to come out with a win. Here, both teams, deep benches. So the fatigue should not be a factor. We should see this type of speed all game long.
Oh, little too much mustard.
A little too much. The wind, not a factor. Up here on the hill in Coffeyville, Kansas, Southeast Kansas, Coffeyville's kind of a low point, but up here on the stadium, here in Veterans Memorial Stadium, one of the highest points in the whole county. Wind, it could be a factor here. A lot of times it usually is. Wednesday night was more lightning and rain was the big key here, but tonight the flags, as we mentioned, the American flag here on the flagpole, take the night off.
Yep.
It's pretty dormant here, so the wind is not going to be a factor here. Mostly, it's going to come down to the players.
Yep.
Which is always nice.
Really even game. Not that the wind would have too much of making uneven, because both teams would have the disadvantage.
That's right.
But making it just a straight-up player versus player game.
That's right. It really takes any randomness out of the game other than human controlled chaos, which is always fun. And in the game of soccer, as free-flowing as is, and there's a headshot, almost a goal. The goalie bobbled the ball, but able to dive on it. Oh, what a pass, though.
Yeah.
From the midfielder all the way to the streaking forward.
Number 17, Darius Ortega from Topeka, Kansas. He dove like a dolphin and just headed it and was really close to making it.
That headband really allowed him to focus all of his cranial power into that shot, almost with a magnificent goal there. But good job by the goalie for Allen County to knock that one away.
Yep.
And it's a good game when you can use the word cranial power.
And mention a dolphin.
Yeah, well, look, let's be honest here. Anytime we don't mention a dolphin, you can get a refund for this broadcast because that's just pitiful. But we're 10 minutes into this ball game, and I got to say, neither team really, right now, the Ravens kind of taking their time, but for the most part, not slowing down.
Yeah, the pace is really not changed at all for really either team. It's just the Ravens have had more control as opposed to the beginning of the game when Allen County had more control, but the pace is just still at the same speed.
That's right. Yeah,
which is high.
Yes, it is. It's cranked to the max. The levers are nearly broken off. And I'll say, you see Allen County streaking again, but a shortened pass there and some wild play here in the midfield. But a good job by both teams to really keep up the pressure on themselves. You think about, getting your second win, and I think with teams with poor records, sometimes in practice you work on conditioning to work on focus more than fundamentals sometimes if the coach is not pleased with your behavior and performance last game. So both these teams with deep benches, they're eager to prove that, Coach, we can have fun in practice. We don't need to run.
Yep.
Oh, and a wipeout down late. There's no whistle, it looks like, and then the goalie comes up with the ball. I love the physicality out on the outside.
Definitely giving it their all out there. And the no call was not too controversial because he kind of just fell. There wasn't too much contact.
Yeah. Well, if you're going to leave and he kind of hopped a little bit right before the contact. If you're going to leave your feet, the odds of you taking a spill are greatly improved. Nice footwork there by the defensive line there.
That might have been a good opportunity for Coffeyville had the defender not.
Oh, you got to put the 12s out there. I'm assuming he's got size 12. It looks like he's got good feet. You don't see a lot of players in soccer with 14s or bigger, but you get the 12s. That's a solid shoe size.
And right there we saw the hometown boy, Christopher Frazier, with a good kick, almost leading to a nice chance for the goal, but defender with a nice kick out. Getting
some playing time. He didn't play a lot earlier in the year, a sophomore, but now getting some more playing time here. Again, when records go lower than expectations and the losses pile up, sometimes the coaches look to the bench for a spark. Maybe an infusion of talent, or even, and especially in soccer, the way the athletes are, a different play style, and that's how that happens when people kind of change in and out. It looks like we've got some discussions going down into the box, and then the referee pointing at a few players, and it looks like it's going to be a kick awarded to the Red Ravens. Some extracurricular activity down deep in Allen County territory.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I took my eyes off what the ref was doing, but he was definitely holding his hands up and pointing and stuff, which usually is.
I'm not literate in sign language.
Yeah.
But something bad happened in Allen County. I think we can safely assume that. And it now looks like the referee's going to explain the logic of the call to the participants, and it's going to be a kick. Now, we saw a similar situation like this in the girls' game that led to a goal. Will this happen for the Red Ravens? Unsure, of course, but we're going to get this kick started away here momentarily. You see the wall building up, Allen County directly in front of the goal. There's got to be a lot of communication between defenders and goalkeeper, because the goalkeeper has to be able to see the ball to react. If he can't see the ball until it gets past the defenders, I don't care.
Be too late.
It's going to be too late. Neo couldn't react fast enough to knock the ball away. And again, with a little more preparation, more time running off the clock, down to 32 left in the first half. And here comes the kick.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah,
which usually is good in soccer. A lot of shots on goals for Coffeyville right now.
And that's a jumble of a mess of players and a leaping header. And
he might have caught one.
It looked like
I
the way he hopped up, it looked like he thought he caught one, and a cleat near the face. And
that might have been bloodshed.
Yes, that would. And the way they reared back, that was a tough. But you like to see the aggressiveness.
Yeah,
maybe
Coffeyville had at least 4 or 5 shots on goal just in
maybe not for that
second.
one player lead your face into where feet are. That's always bad.
Yeah.
But for the most part, good aggressiveness there. Again, your record is 1-4 on the year. There's only one way to fix that.
Yep.
It's to come in and play aggressive and tough at your home field. This is only their second home match of the year, 2 in a row here. So they've had a good week probably of being at home, of practicing, of putting up with the elements here in Southeast Kansas. It's been raining the last couple days, although today has been
just clear.
Beautiful.
Just been a beautiful night for soccer. Probably even getting a little chilly out there for some fans. Definitely not the players.
That's right. Well, that's why you think ahead and bring your blankets. You don't have to go thick, but a nice quilt will always work nice.
Yep.
And maybe a hot dog from the concession stand.
And into the stands.
We've got a quick throw in by Allen County, taking no time. It just going, and the forward beats the defenders, and that's going to be just barely missed goal. Boy, I got to say, he's had a couple of good chances here early in this ball game.
Yeah, that being number 3, Austin George for Allen County, I believe, the young man out of Gardner, Kansas.
Freshman. Kansas, yeah.
Freshman. And
really,
he's had a lot of good opportunities, so he's really showing out for Allen County.
And he's really put the fear in this Red Raven team pretty quickly. I mean, like how many opportunities he's forced on these defenders, and the way he's so quick, he got by them, and we see a corner kick, and the ball is tipped up by the goalie, and that's going to hit the back of the net. You see multiple Red Ravens on the ground. Allen County strikes first with a goal only 15 minutes into the ball game, but off the corner kick, some confusion, and a sure foot from the forward for the Red Devils, and now the CCC faces a deficit of 1-0. That's a tough break for the hometown Red Ravens.
Yeah, like you said, right after that goal, there was multiple Red Ravens just laying on the ground in sadness, I would guess.
Well, and in a futile effort, the goalie knocked the ball away but was unable to secure it. Multiple defenders went to the turf in terms of diving, trying to knock the ball away. And when you miss like that, it just allows an opportunity for anybody in range and ready to go. And Allen County was prepared for that. And, being, 6 feet away from an open goal, too easy for the skilled players for the Red Devils.
We're going to see CCC come out with a lot of intensity right now, trying to make that goal
back.
Oh,
absolutely. And, sometimes soccer is one of those sports where everybody kind of plays the same way, minus, of course, the goalie versus everybody else. But, everybody's kind of in the same position. But if you're a forward, if you're a goal scorer for your team and your defense just gives up a kind of a back-breaking goal there, you want to strike back as quick as possible to even this game up.
Because you'll lose that momentum and intensity of kind of revenge factor, I would say, of trying to score that goal back.
That's right.
You lose that over time.
Well, you just want to get the momentum on your side and the intensity, because if you mellow out, if you slow down too much, we've seen the speed from Allen County. You slow down too much, they're going to blow right by you.
Yep.
Some fancy footwork.
I was say, some fancy footwork going on.
Were you really going to say that?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Great minds should think alike. We don't, but what are you going to do? And boy, you can just see that now, Allen County just looks more stable now, don't they? They just look more in control. Obviously, they got the goal, so you're up quick into this ball game, but I just think that they're playing their game and CCC is chasing them. The Red Ravens are chasing the Red Devils here, and that is why, and a high kick. Red Raven almost took another cleat in the face, but the Red Devils from Allen County doing a good job of controlling this game, and control was something that didn't happen a lot in the girls' game, but tonight, the Red Devils of Allen County are doing a good job.
And now that the Red Devils have scored, they definitely have an opportunity to change their kind of game style.
And we've got some extracurricular activity going down in the box. And for some reason, the officials are not either noticing it or they don't care. But some jawing, some shoving, some physical play. Again, we talk about how soccer, sometimes because the athletes are shorter in stature than basketball players, football players, is a very physical game, a very physical game. And especially when a conference game like this, late at night, it's prime time, it's a beautiful stadium, emotions are high, people get after it. And that's, of course, what you want to see at an athletic event. But at the same time, bare knuckle brawl is not what we need to see.
No.
And not that it would happen, but I like to see the physicality, and the trash talk can leave it on the sideline. But it's always fun to see these athletes go at it like this.
Yeah, with all those emotions flaring, there's always a lot of stuff that happens that probably wouldn't happen had it not been a high intense match.
Well, and the way the game started was just so fast. Sometimes when the game gets slower,
it just sets the tempo for the entire game.
It really sets the mood. A game itself has its own flavor, and every game is pretty unique, especially in soccer. The way there's so many moving parts and different facets of the game. Nice little head pass, and not quite able to come up with it. Good clear by Allen County. And the defensive back, they've had some pressure put on it by CCC, but they've done a good job of bending but not breaking so far. And there's another opportunity for CCC, and there's going to be some contact in the box, and it looks like Allen County's going to get the ball, but there's some strange looks being shot the referee's way by Allen County players as if to say, why wasn't there maybe a yellow card thrown?
Yeah. The thing with that, though, he had taken flight multiple feet before, and that was his only option. He couldn't have adjusted his entire thing in midair. He just put his hands out and kind of pushed the guy down.
Yeah. Well, and yellow cards are usually reserved for players who repeat infractions over and over again, and they don't change the way they play, or plays that are dangerous and not athletic at all. Maybe shoving somebody in the back, throwing an elbow, unnecessary tackles that are up high, and then we see there's some more physicality and some chippiness going on. That might lead to a yellow card, things like that. But you can see both teams giving it back and forth. It's not a one-sided affair here, although in terms of aggressiveness, it's definitely in favor of Allen County.
And it looks like there's a CC player on the ground holding.
Yeah, and he took a shot, and that's going to be probably happen a lot now that there's a dead ball. The flag goes up, and the trainer
really squirming around down there.
Yes, he is. It looks like he just took a knee to a knee. That's what I've that happened to me a lot. It happens a lot.
Trying to stand up on it. I think he's going to be able to. Either the trainer's chasing him down.
Usually you see, the streakers at baseball games, the security chases them. You rarely see the trainer chase an injured player across the field, but obviously the player's fine.
Yeah.
Probably took a knee to the thigh or his own knee. Playing in basketball and soccer, that happens a lot because of you're not wearing pads like in football, and there's so many quick cuts and movements, whereas football is usually in a direct line. Whereas in soccer and basketball, there's a lot of free movement, and your bodies are usually moving in opposite directions. That's where you get those type of collisions. So we have had a substitution. The trainer has now corralled the player, and they're checking him out on the sideline. Again, it looks like he can stand on his own feet. He's going to take a seat real quick, but the trainer's just going to check to make sure there's not any deep bruising in those type of injuries.
Because sometimes those kind of injuries, you can't necessarily see it at all. Maybe not even swelling, but it really could have big impacts on the rest of the season, really.
And some of those injuries, like if you get a really deep contusion like that in your muscles, it sometimes takes a couple days to heal properly because your legs are sore, and legs are kind of important in soccer.
Yeah,
just a little bit.
You use them sometimes.
Yeah, every now and then it happens. But yeah, you want a nice little shoulder shove there at the 45 of the Allen County side of the field. But Allen County doing a good job of playing physical, but also putting that effort and a nice sliding tackle by the Ravens, and then another wipeout. These type of games I always enjoyed back in the day.
Yeah.
Just play, get after it.
Going on.
Yeah, it's kind of fun to go. Not a bar fight necessarily, but you get after it. You're definitely not. What is the phrase? Brother-in-law somebody. You're definitely they're not going to go out to dinner after this. These teams want this win.
Yeah, but you also don't see that they're necessarily pouting too much about getting physical. Like both teams are just getting right back up and getting right after it because they know that the ball is really what's the key part in winning a game, not pouting about it and trying to get calls.
Absolutely. Well, and the problem is if you stand around and pout and they never stop the game, guess what? Now your team's at a disadvantage, and that will show up on film. So you can, I guess, if you're going to pout at all, make sure you pout in motion while you're chasing somebody, but do your best to keep, and both these teams are doing an excellent job of yes, there's some chippiness, yes, there's some physicality, but it's within the game, the motions of the game, and that's the important part.
Yeah, we see CC taking a backtrack onto their own turf real quick, try to get a different take on what exactly it is that's going on.
Yeah, well, it's almost like taking a deep breath when you swing it back to your defenders. It's and we see it. Not really. It is going to be called a trip. And then there's the
shrug.
It's the who me shrug, I guess we could call it, because your palms up, your shoulders go up a little bit in the shrug motion, and then you look at like, what, really?
Yeah, it couldn't have been me.
No, it's the same thing when you get in trouble for talking too loud in the back of the classroom in grade school. It's like, what, knee? I didn't say anything. And we see a head. We see it's kind of an assist of the head to the goal, but the goalkeeper for CCC right in there. He's wearing by the way, I gotta say, a nice sharp lime green shirt. I really like it. It matches the socks. I like it a lot. You got to coordinate your outfits when you're specializing in goalkeeping. Yeah. Because otherwise, what are you doing at that point?
As we see of the Allen County goalie, he's wearing a nice kind of light red, not pink.
No, because
there's a difference.
There is absolutely a difference. But I believe his gloves match his shirt, though. Yeah. So you really like to see that. He came prepared. But speaking of coming prepared, I really like to Allen County has really almost encouraged CCC to play physical. And I didn't see that this last Wednesday from CCC. And they lost 4-0 to KCK. But this has been a much more heated affair. And I think both teams know and understand their records are very similar. You want to make a push in your year and your season to really come out as something more than an also-ran. You better come to play against teams like this. These are games you have to win.
Yep. Definitely. As we see here, CCC is getting into scoring territory.
And a whiff on the kick. A great setup there. And it's going to be a good recovery by the Allen County defense, but that was a missed opportunity. That one's going to be hard to watch in the film room tomorrow.
Made like a tornado type of motion with the whiff.
Yeah.
So he definitely had the torque there. It really might have went in.
Yeah, but he
was a lot of power.
He was missing the Sharks. And now we're down to under 22 to go in the first half. Still 1-0. Allen County kind of really both teams are trying to recover from what's going on. Both teams are just kind of running at each other and hoping the other team will break. It's almost like two prize fighters just throwing haymakers.
Right there off the dome.
Yeah, there's no control has left the building. Ed and Elvis are in Albuquerque hanging out because both teams are just kind of lobbing the ball at each other, seeing if somebody's going to make a mistake. We saw that kind of in the girls' game a little bit before, but neither team really kind of not sloppy, but going more physical than finesse.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of headers. The header to the own goal. Not in the own goal. That'd be bad.
Yeah, but to his own team, which is interesting because you're not allowed to kick the ball in a pass back to your goalkeeper, but you're allowed to head it. Which it's still the same pass. So I don't know why there's a differentiate between kicking, and I get you don't probably see that very often, a head pass to your goalkeeper, but still at the same time you think that you're still passing it back. It's kind of interesting that the goalkeeper's allowed to use their hands. If we're going to see a whistle blown there. And a kick awarded to the Red Ravens. A little too physical, a little too much shoving by the Red Devils.
Yep. We're going to see a kick, see what Red Ravens can get it up, and they're going to go a little short, but probably for the best.
Well, they're trying to get that defense to move side to side and create those openings, those holes there, and you can see they're kind of probing. It's like a zone defense here by Allen County as Red Ravens swing it back to the right, and the ball just lofted up almost into the corner.
Real close.
It probably nicked the metal there a little bit. It goes out of bounds. Do you like that shot attempt?
That would have been a good shot attempt because, he was about the 15-yard line, 10-yard line. That's definitely goal-scoring territory, and if he would have went in, that would have been a really impressive goal.
Well, what it does is, from that far out, it's all about pressure on the goalkeeper's timing because you got to know when to elevate and to track the ball. And sometimes goalkeepers are really good when you shoot it directly at them. They're good at diving. Their hand-eye coordination is good to wrap up on direct attacks, but sometimes those lofts, some of the especially shorter goalkeepers have a tougher time adjusting to those elevated
Another
shots.
thing is if the goalkeeper gives it his all and accidentally falls down on the play but still blocks it, then that leaves a perfect opportunity for other CCC players to go in and score that goal.
Absolutely. You should always take advantage of when people aren't athletic. That happens a lot. But, so far we've seen, again, with one goal against CCC's own goalkeeper, but really it was kind of a cluster of
the field goal was good right there.
Yeah, that was good. That was again CCC putting a lot of pressure on the defense for Allen County, but Allen County's giving it right back to them. And it's a fast half here. We're down to 18:45 left in the first half, and it looks like the wind is still dying down, so not a lot going on, and looks like Allen County's goalkeeper is going to take the goal kick, and he's going to boot it as far as he can. Gets it about almost to midfield there, but CCC with possession. Oh, and that's what we. Oh, and then a late whistle. And again, I think the embattled attacker for CCC wanting perhaps a yellow card or a quicker whistle on that contact, but actually that was almost pretty fair. They could have let that one go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he kind of just tried to slide in, but he didn't get down in time is what it kind of looked like, so his body just rammed into the other guy's body. But
yeah, and he also led with the shoulder a little bit, which is what really got it. If you lead in an aggressive and attacking formation like that with your shoulder and elbow, it looks bad.
Look good.
It does not look good. So those type of tackles. But then again, if you disrupt the play and they just award a kick to CCC, if you're Allen County, that's fine if you disrupt an aggressive play there because it allows your defense to get set up. It's almost like in basketball where they just foul the guy on a fast break because it allows your defense to get set up there.
Allows everybody to ready themselves.
Yeah, it's worth the whistle there. Nice chest game there by the defender.
Good tracking, too.
Yeah. But you can see with one kick, that defense all has to come alive very quickly.
See what CCC does here. Got it in their own corner, right off the dude.
And it's going to be off the dude is a technical term. That's what they drew up. That was probably the play. It's a corner kick for the Ravens, and now they have an opportunity here. Corner kicks are really interesting because you can either kind of waste it and just set up a normal attack, or it can be a great goal-scoring opportunity if you have the personnel in there to capitalize on it.
Yep. But yeah, CCC probably did run the off-the-dude special for that last play.
Yeah, but they did it at the wrong time because the special really works, and there's a bobble of inside the goal area, inside the box, and that's going to go off the left goalpost of the other football sport. And it looks
that will cause a dead ball.
Yeah, that's what it'll be. Ball is not alive.
It is not.
It's about to be reincarnated here on the kick, and it'll be an Allen County goalkeeper to send it out. Again, he's getting it to about midfield every time he kicks it. So as the game goes on, because they're sending all their defenders up to about the 30 to 40. So it allows CCC to kind of judge where he's going. It's almost like in baseball where the outfielders kind of judge how far somebody can hit the ball, and that's where you position yourselves. Here, the goalkeeper can get it back to midfield, so that allows the midfielders and defenders for CCC to kind of judge where they need to be personnel-wise.
Yeah, we're going to see an Allen County throw in at around the 35. See if they can try to get some offensive opportunities right here. We've seen CCC with some offensive opportunities, mostly in the last about 5 or 10 minutes.
The last 10 minutes, Allen County has been quiet on the offensive end. Granted, with a 1-0 lead, you can be that. Now, we've seen in the earlier game tonight, that does not bode well if you totally take offense off completely, as the Ravens end up losing the game to Allen County in double overtime. But here, Allen County with a 1-0 lead, and now they're just resigned to playing defense and trying to get control back. I think the physicality has taken away a little bit from Allen County's attack, but here they are again with the ball.
But yeah, like we said earlier, with the CCC girls being up 1-0, they could play a more reserved game of soccer. So
you can really find yourself in the flow of the game once you have that 1-goal lead, and scoring quickly is huge for that.
Yeah, and we're going to see CCC try to get a score before halftime, definitely, with about 14 minutes left in the game.
Well, you don't want to. Yeah, you don't want to go in playing a hard first half of soccer, beating each other up, playing tough, playing fast, and then we see okay, that one's going to be rough. There was some grabbing and chucking, and almost looked like somebody was trying to give somebody a hug out there. That's usually not great. Tickling is always off. You can't do that either, and it's going to be awarded to Allen County, but. That's the thing, going into halftime, if you're down going into halftime playing as physical as the Ravens and the Red Devils have, going into that, you got to be thinking, well, we've spent all this energy and we're still down 1-0.
You definitely want to play a little bit reserved, and that was almost a good header opportunity.
That was a
for Allen County.
The passing on the long crosses in this game have been phenomenal, well placed. We've seen more missed opportunities just because the receiver didn't connect with the passer, but a lot of times we didn't get good passing. We didn't set it up well. The setups have been phenomenal in this game so far.
Yeah, like usually in American football, you see the quarterback is usually not where
that's right. Yeah,
the perfection is, but wide receiver is usually the one that's on target. It's just the quarterback. But in this instance of game,
it's been the reverse. It's almost like soccer and football are opposite sports.
Yeah.
That's weird, though. I don't know about that. But Allen County, again, on the attack, and a nice shove there by the defender. And we see the flag go up. Oh, and some more contact. Everybody's hitting the turf. I guess that's what's in season so far. And Allen, and that almost was a high kick. Boy, the officials are really letting them play. You imagine, and we see an Allen County player in the box laying on his stomach. Probably got the wind knocked out of him. Yeah. He's still down. You imagine going into halftime, the referees are going to probably have a little committee talk and we need to kind of probably tighten that up a little bit because it is very physical. But you don't want to take physicality out of the game because that defeats what soccer can be. And soccer, especially for defenders, really rely on that, and that's been in the game for as long as it's been played. So you don't want to be able to take away athletes being athletes, but you got to put a limit on what you can do. And speaking of what you can do, starting a conversation. I am assuming they're not discussing poetry down there. No. They're probably not going to talk about their biology homework. That is extracurricular activity that is not going to be allowed. Again, the referees are talking about it. That's not needed in this game.
Yeah, there's almost a fight, as it looks like.
Yeah, it was a scuffle, definitely, and again, defenders and forwards they're gonna clash. That's their job. But emotions run high, and looks like there's gonna be a substitution here, and the officials are probably just gonna let everybody know what's going on. You cannot let your emotions run like that. You're going to play physical, that's fine. But you can't
Is that a card
do that. I think it was a yellow card. It looked like it looked like both players are going to be going to have to take a break here, but now everybody's pulling up in the box of the Red Ravens. Is this going to be a kick for Allen County? If so, that's a great opportunity to go up 2-0.
Yep. Hopefully Allen County will be able to capitalize on this penalty kick. But if not, they still have a good lead of 1-0. So,
yeah, it could, even if they do not score, having a 1-0 lead is never a bad thing. But having the opportunity to go up 2 in that nice cushion, if they look back on this opportunity late in the ballgame and say, this is where we could have put the game away, well, you can't mess that opportunity up. But right now, as the story unfolds before us in this ballgame, 1-0 right now is looking pretty good.
Yep. And we're going to see a little bit of
now we basically
I really don't know what's going on. Kind of like a team timeout.
Yeah, we've got a huddle going on. I think the officials are explaining the situation to both coaches, which I like. I like that communication. We see Allen County huddled up there on about the 28-yard line. They were talking about, and that's important for teams to do that, to kind of meet up and get everybody on the same page.
Yep.
You don't have set plays like in football. But
because some people don't see what other people are seeing.
Yep.
In the entire game, the whole scheme of the gameplay.
Well, and it also allows your leaders to calm people down and get people where they need to be mentally. And that's like, in junior college you have freshmen and sophomores. You don't have juniors and seniors and graduate students that can do that for you. But that makes it so that your sophomores really grow up very quickly. And if you have good leaders as sophomores and freshmen, that's worth goals. That's worth so many points to a coaching staff.
And we're going to see this penalty kick. Ooh.
And it's wide everywhere, and it's just a miss. And the crowd cheers at the missed opportunity from Allen County, and it's going to be to the Ravens. The goalkeeper for the Coffeyville claps his hands. But it looks like he misread that kick, though, and it's just lucky that the ball went wide left.
Yeah, he definitely got lucky on that one. It went wide left and wide up.
Yes. It's amazing how hard that is on those to be a goalkeeper in that situation. I would love for everybody to be able to experience that, just how difficult it is to get a read on somebody. Those forwards for Allen County, they make their tuition by putting the fear in goalkeepers in that situation. And we see an Allen County player down on the turf, does a little half roll, gets back to his cleats, and he's up vertical. 2:15 left in this first half, and I think people are beginning to slow down a little bit just because everybody's been getting nicked up a little bit.
Yeah. It's a really physical game, and I think nearly every player probably has gotten some sort of blow to their leg or
even the
stomach.
goalies.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you think about how many people have eaten the turf or the back of the net just by diving into the goal. It really, you talk about the officials being part of the game, the weather, the fans, the field itself. Just how many people fall to the ground has been huge. It's a good thing they put in that padded turf a few years ago. That's what you imagine, hard ground out, farmland somewhere some of these teams play. This turf really is allowing players to play better. And a nice sliding tackle there.
Wow, he's really contained that ball just in one place.
He
with that
did.
Slide.
Really killed all forward momentum on that.
But it looks like it will be a CCC throw-in, despite that good play by Allen County.
Yep.
Over the head of the CCC guy.
Nice little touch pass there. Back to the midfield. And a run out, but some miscommunication there by the Red Ravens. Not on the same page. Ooh. We're going to be saying that a lot tonight, probably. A lot of physicality. Some fancy footwork there at the 30.
Oh, he's coming up behind. Oh, and
nice job.
Chris Frazier with a little touch pass.
A good job by the Ravens to slow down and control the pace. This is the sign of a team that is trying to improve, and Raven gets wiped out there on the 20. Looks like he's going to be able to pick himself up, though, if slowly and hesitantly. There he goes. He's on his feet now. And the ball's back in Red Raven hands, or should I say cleats?
Yes.
Yeah, that.
We hope it isn't in their hands, unless it's the goalie. But
and then some contact in the box, and it looked like the Red Raven player tackled the goalie and then stands over him as though he just dunked on him.
Yeah.
That is and then there's the yellow card comes out. That is never let. And it looks like the goalie wants to square up with the guy. Boy, not a lot of love in this relationship between Allen County and Coffeyville Community College.
And that was Daniel Karasani from Rwanda who got the yellow card there.
Well, now he's from the bench because he's going to have to take a break.
Yeah, that is true.
And, man, just really come meet
like
the goalie night, I guess.
I was going to say, they almost headbutted, it looked like, if they didn't. And that would really hurt.
Yes, yeah.
With that much momentum from Daniel. And
well, their shoulders hit at least, so that's a lot of contact there. And that's I think, because there was 2 tossed earlier, or at least yellow carded, so we've seen the referees now are having to speak up and to control this game, because you never want to let a game get away from you, especially with all the shoving we've had early on in this ball game.
Man, that was a boot.
Really was. Under 10 to go in the half. You just want to know the mental stability of this Raven team. They're 1-4. They're down 1-0 in this ball game.
They're getting really emotional.
And another one eats the turf, and there's and then Allen County player has to vault a Red Raven, but they've had some opportunities to score here, despite all the physicality and drama here. They've had opportunities, but they've yet to capitalize.
We're going to see what this guy for the Ravens does.
Taking his time. Nice
kick.
lob.
Oh, somebody fell.
And it looks like there's a bit of
out of bounds.
maybe not a trip or a shove, but it definitely, and Raven was aided to the turf by Allen County. But I like that because the ball is up in the air. It's anybody's game. If there's going to be physical play as they're jumping for it, when in doubt, err on the side of caution and just let them play. Because you're not really, so long as you're not shoving or chucking somebody with an elbow, I like the idea of the referees letting them play when the ball is free like that.
And it looks like CCC is back. Oh,
and almost a great save,
really
a phenomenal save by Allen County, but a quick reaction time there because that was a rocket of a shot.
Yeah, he turned on a dime.
Yeah,
had a lot of force with that foot.
And nice momentum there. Yep, on the pivot. But a great job there by Allen County to stave off. That was the best opportunity CCC's had at a goal.
Yep.
Another mistimed pass and miscommunication there. The forward dive, the midfielder couldn't quite meet him. And the ball goes out of bounds. It'll be awarded 2. Looks like CCC were about at 8 to go in the first half. Emotions are high. They're high up in the box. We're excited up here.
Yep. Looks like CCC is going to get the throw in.
And they're going to wait as long as they can. We're under 8. And they're taking their time. Do you think fatigue is all a factor? You know, the people haven't quite got their second wind yet?
I'm not sure. Just because we're still before halftime,
Yes.
so they might be reserving themselves as much as possible because they saw the game that just unfolded in front of them, the girls' game, and how it went to overtime after there being a 1-0 lead for a long time. So they might be having that in the back of their mind and wanting to reserve themselves as much as possible.
Yeah, you're not. Sure. Yeah, it might be. You know, some of these players, you know, you're trying to catch your breath, and it's kind of hard to catch your breath when people are always hitting you as often as they have been in this ball game. Oh, multiple players hit the turf, sliding down. It's still game on. Allen County, nice pass there by the defender. Didn't just straight up clear it out of bounds. Did a good job of passing it to a teammate.
Yep. Good job by the CCC midfielder.
And it's in control is in short supply here, but any chance you get to catch your breath and to get the game under your feet, I guess, would be important. But here, Allen County putting pressure on those passes, doing a good job of disrupting any flow the Ravens can get.
Seems as if one of the Allen County guys was looking for some kind of call.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe confused as to why teammate wasn't where they're supposed to be. And it's more contact and a whistle blown. It'll be a kick awarded to the Red Ravens. Yeah, Allen County kind of looking around a little bit. 6.5 to go in the first half. But, you know, if CCC is going to make a run for a tying goal, they should probably do it in the next few minutes because at that point, you imagine Allen County might just kind of pack that defense in and just kind of stave off any chance that CCC has. Nice footwork there by the forward for the Red Devils as he makes multiple defenders miss. Looks like the Red Raven lost his ankles, but manages to slow up the attack. Allen County on the move, but now the Red Ravens have set up their defense.
I don't think the handball was intentional, but
yeah, he just kind of fell on it. Really, he just lost his ankles and happened to fall.
You can't do anything about that, but definitely allowed the Ravens to set themselves.
Yep. And we're just past the 20-yard line. Looks like nope, they're going to move it back to looks like to the 25. So not exactly in range for a shot here, but definitely we've seen good setups from about this range before. So look for divers and streakers towards the middle of that goal. With a chance to maybe head it in, and in the scrum afterwards, look for some chaos and maybe a quick shot.
Yep. About 5.5 minutes left.
They're taking their time setting it up. Imagine they're saving their energy for one last run at the goal.
Really taking their time.
Well, you know, soccer can't be a solid sprint. It is a marathon.
Yep.
But you can sprint when you're towards the end line. Nice approach by the goalkeeper. Really, that was too long of a pass there, but too short of a shot. In a no-man's land, and the goalkeeper corrals the ball.
The long boot by the goalkeeper.
Out past midfield, but under nobody's control of his own jersey, and yet Allen County is going to send it out of bounds. So that'll be a throw-in for the Red Ravens. Nice jump kick there. The activity of Allen County is very impressive. And also the rambunctiousness.
Yes. Another thing with soccer players, not just Allen County in general, the athleticism that they have to have in their vertical even, because if they kick their feet too high, then that'll be a call.
That's right.
But if they get their feet, because it's a certain angle, which I don't want to mess with that kind of stuff because that's math.
That's right. But we don't do that here.
But they have to have some sort of vertical a lot of vertical.
I would say a good threshold because otherwise, and a nice save by the goalkeeper just to basically punch it out of the basically danger zone. But you are right. If you can jump a certain height, you can then contort your body to get your cleats to a certain level, but not past the angle threshold that it would be deemed a high kick. It doesn't really matter how high your cleats are. It's how are they positioned for possibly inflicting damage upon other people, because it's when those cleats come up and slide across bare skin that blood is drawn and injuries happen. So the goalkeeper for CCC being very active last couple minutes with some nice saves and nice boots. And we've got some more contact here in midfield and a hard kind of kick here. Allen County back to CCC's control, but we're at under 3.5 to go left in this half. And if CCC is going to do any bit of scoring, they better do it here in the next couple minutes.
Save themselves a little bit of earful for the I'm sure they're still going to get it.
Oh, well.
No matter what.
No good coach would let a team go unchewed at halftime.
Yep. But definitely going to try to save themselves from the 1-0 speech versus the 1-1 speech.
That's right. Well, if you can score going into halftime, it allows you to carry that momentum through halftime and into that second half. But going in, yes, down 1-0 without a lot of success, very few shots on goal, and not a lot of good looks. It's a frustrating position to be in.
Yes, definitely. In about less than 3 minutes now.
And the clock has stopped as the referee gets everybody on the same page.
Yep. Clock has stopped at 2:57.
I mean, everybody wants. You don't want any clerical errors to decide a game, so that's why the officials take their time to make sure everybody's knows what the situation is. We got under 3 to go as soon, and now the clock is again running. A nice long kick and a header, bobbled but once, and it is in Raven possession again. Boy, those lobs are really on the mark for Allen County.
Allen County definitely has good lobbing skills.
And that's going to be offsides. Forward basically got caught off guard.
Yeah.
He didn't expect that a dime of a pass that quickly. Couldn't jump on sides quick enough.
Allen County really does have good passing skills.
They really do. They're doing a good job of sharing the load here. Even on defense, they're doing a good job of moving and rotating.
It's like a whistle is blown
A little
for
bit.
the over physical play.
Yeah, too much shoving.
Ortega.
You're allowed to use your hips and your legs, but it's when you use your hands. Yeah, like soccer, you just can't use your hands. You can't shove. You can't nudge. You can't move. You got to use your legs and your torso to move people out of the way to get that ball. And if they're in possession, the only way you can take it is by establishing your own possession of the ball around them.
See another cross. See what that guy's going to do.
Oh, nice back pass. There is nobody there, but a nice setup.
Yeah, kick away out of bounds.
I don't know. It was a bit too hard to be a pass, but it was nowhere near the goal. So just some you got to pick one or the other, and sometimes you just pick neither, and it doesn't work out for you.
We got about a minute and a half left in this half.
90 seconds to go, and the goalkeeper for CCC is ready to kick it away. Again, he's going to be about midfield, is about the range there. You see he's going to drop around the 50, and a good job there to meet and greet with the header is Allen County.
With the whiff, but honestly, it was probably better that he whiffed.
Yeah, and there's
Well,
he wiped out, but he took a whistle with him as there was some shoving by CCC, and here comes Allen County. This is your last opportunity to score a goal here, isn't it?
I would say so. They got a minute left. If Allen County doesn't score a goal here, then CCC will probably be able to get it out, try to get it to their side of the field.
Yeah,
not necessarily that they can score a goal either, but
you want
to make sure that Allen County can't.
If you can clear it out, you've avoided danger. And a nice header outside of range of scoring, and a good clear by the CCC defender.
But headers keep bringing Allen County back
That's
in.
right,
and
yeah.
A whiff, but.
Well, these are student athletes. You got to use your head for something.
Yep, that guy is flailing all over the place. Still keeps his balance though. That was.
It looked like he was like walking on one of those circus balls. He was almost about to fall over, and yet kept his feet and made some nice passes. A nice run out, and the goalkeeper really not a lot of power behind that, but it's going to be good enough with 15 seconds to go. This first half is going to be over with a 1-0 lead going into halftime for Allen County, and there's going to be another whistle here. That's going to be the last whistle of the half, and that's going to be it for the first half. It's going to be 1-0 going into the locker rooms. Is Allen County up? An early goal, and then the rest of the half was a lot of chippiness, some conversations, a couple of yellow cards, and not a lot of scoring. So it's 1-0 Allen County over the hometown Coffeyville Red Ravens. It's going to be a quick halftime. I'm sure it's going to be a quiet halftime up here for us. Probably not so quiet down in the locker rooms, but it's going to be a fun second half. Make sure you guys come back and share it with us. We'll be right back in 15 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back, folks, to the second half of our second tilt of the night between the men's team, CCC Red Ravens, and the Allen County Red Devils. It is 1-0 lead to the visiting Allen County Red Devils. They scored fairly quickly into that first half, really aggressive, really got after it, and CCC struggled to handle the physicality and aggressiveness of the team. Looks like we're going to have a re-kick here at the midfield. Mitchell, what did you see in that first half that really sparked your interest?
Well, Allen County got that score off of somewhat of a CCC mistake, and then they were able to play more reserve for the rest of the half, while CCC was trying to get stuff going, but they would just try too hard at most times and just kind of discombobulate their entire game plan. And they're really going to have to step it up and be more controlled in their attempts to score, because they do need to score, obviously. So I think that's what they're going to have to go to, be more controlled but still attack.
And that is a fine line between being under control but not being passive. And, yeah, I think they're going to have to walk that line. But that's the line all good teams walk, is being under control, under not under duress or desperation, but playing tough at the same time. I agree.
I feel like we're going to see a lot of Allen County stalling tactics, kind of kicking out of bounds. Like we just saw there, they kicked it back to their goalie, just to get CCC kind of.
Now, can you stall for 45 minutes, though?
That's the thing. I'm not.
I mean, obviously, if they can be aggressive and score a second goal, this game would be well in hand. But at the same time, I think you're right. I think as the second half progresses, they're going to only not maybe grow more conservative, but at least get into a situation where they don't take as many risks, especially on the front line trying to score goals.
This goalie has seen a lot of action, not necessarily on purpose.
Already the ball has been received to him, but you notice there's no white jerseys nearby, so it's really kind of a controlled situation there for the goalie. And then there's some aggressiveness by the forwards for Allen County, and CCC manages to clear it. But I agree that I don't think Allen County should just basically form up a wall and forget attacking, because if you do that, it allows CCC to be the aggressor in this dance that we call soccer. But at the same time, they don't need to be risk takers anymore with that 1-0 lead, and they have not had a lot of 1-0 leads in their season. They are 1-5 on the year.
Yep.
Their most recent game they lost, I believe, was 5-1. So in regards to them having experience being in the lead, protecting the lead, they don't have it this year. But it's always nice to learn new things.
Yep. They're definitely going to want to still be attack-oriented, but not necessarily 100% physical towards that.
It's all about making smart decisions at this point, and choosing when to push your advantage, when to decide you don't have an advantage and bring the ball back. What you mentioned it right off the bat, they passed it back to the goalie. They've worked it to the defenders. They take their time. Look right here on this kick right here. They're taking their time. Allen County. It's going to be interesting to see how Allen County handles this lead.
Definitely. Like you said, Allen County has only won one game on the year, so they kind of are learning as well, but it's going to be more of a mental game for this second half, I believe.
And a nice setup there, and a good header to clear the ball a little bit by Red Ravens, and then some fancy footwork, and a shot just missing the left side of the goal. Nice little hook on it. Yes, not enough English by the attack, but still, you talk about freezing the heart of the Red Raven faithful. That shot goes in, this game becomes very, very dark very quickly.
Yeah, they get a few more shots like that. Eventually, one of them's going to go through the back of the net. So.
And that was the ball. Yeah, the ball bounced off forearm there. That's going to be a handball call. But you mentioned, playing safe and not taking a lot of risks. That shot there by Allen County was a very safe shot. It wasn't. There wasn't really anything else to do. They could have passed it back, but they had a good look at it, and why not take the shot?
Yeah, because CCC defenders were all over everybody else, so he said, might as well just go for it. And it almost paid off. It
really did. It was a good look, and here's a nice setup by the CCC midfielder, but unable to get a good look. And really, you talk about Allen County being able to wall off a good look very quickly. They've shown that ability here in this game.
Got a CCC player down.
Seems
to be standing back up.
Yeah, I got kind of tripped up and hit the ground hard. Where the idea of converting momentum into an action to roll it and to lessen a blow really avoids these soccer players because they just kind of hit the turf so hard and so flat. They're not gymnasts at any definition of the word, but they do get up, and they've been playing tough. Not a lot of substitutions here in this ball game, so these guys are really earning their tuition on this one.
Yeah, and maybe that just happens to go with how deep the teams actually are in relation to their records. Maybe.
That's right. Yeah,
well, I'm not 100% sure, but.
Well, in a 1-0 situation like this, both coaches. I mean, if you're Allen County, you're not going to play super deep because you don't want to risk giving up that goal. And as a missed opportunity there by the Red Ravens, they sail one over the goalpost. But if you're the head coach for CCC, you're not going to want to play a lot of reserves to give up opportunities to score big-time goal. I mean, It's a learning opportunity, yes, but
at the same time,
you need to win this home game.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, with a 1-0 deficit, they've struggled really to get any consistent basis on the attack.
Drop at about the 50. CCC, good job of trying to get it back to Allen County's side, but Allen County's just there. Ooh.
They're everywhere, and some aggressiveness in the midfield, and some backwards looks there from Red Raven to Red Devil, but they play on. And the ball is in play. We've played 6 minutes so far the second half, and it's played about like the first half, really. Maybe a little bit slower pace, although Allen County here on the sprint out down the left sideline. But really, it's been pretty controlled here. Everybody kind of cooled off at the halftime speech.
You're going to see probably a shot opportunity.
No, and then the cross with the other forward on the opposite side was just a little too late there. A great setup, though. He had the shot himself. Should he have taken the shot instead of the pass?
I think he should have. Because, well, I don't know. It could have went either way, really.
It didn't have a great angle, but
at the same time,
given the results, yeah, I don't know. It's one of those split-second decisions because how quickly did that play develop?
Real quick.
Yeah.
But it'll just be a good learning opportunity for the guy who missed the pass to try to be there a little bit quicker. Of course, he has to be on top of everything as well because he doesn't know what his teammate's going to do exactly either. So,
and that's a junior college side effect of everybody being freshmen and sophomores, not playing a lot together.
Just learning as you go with teammates.
Yeah, and especially we are into the middle of September, but it is still kind of early into the season. So you're talking about experience playing with each other. You don't get a lot of that. And, it's not like football where you have summer workouts and spring football and stuff. Soccer players, you get here, you get to campus in mid to late August, and that's all you have to do to work on it. So they're basically working off of about a month of familiarity.
Yep. Ooh.
That's tough.
Yeah, they're really having to learn through the season. That's the thing with JUCO soccer, that they don't have those years and years of.
Yes.
Plus, with the new coach, not this year, but last year, we're really seeing a lot of, new approaches for people.
Yeah, it's a different turnover and things like that. Yeah, it's a different vibe. But the thing about junior college is, and there's some shoving going there on the top sideline there. And then I guess the referee's going to let them play, which I'm always a fan of. But there's some discombobulated soccer, some fancy footwork down there in the box, and it's going to be a goal kick to CCC. 8 minutes in. It's been kind of weird. Been pretty fast-paced. Not as fast as the game started, though. I think Allen County, that was lightning fast. I think Allen County really calmed down. I think they're really showing some poise here. They're still attacking, but they're doing it selectively. And, for CCC, they're going to have to fill out this. It's almost like Allen County is a new team here this second half.
Yep.
They're going to have to really feel out how this strategy is going to work, adapt, and go on the attack. Because in desperation time, we've saw in the girls' game, it's about 20 minutes left in the game. The game turns a little bit as CC player whiffs on the header and then just eats one into the turf. But a out of bounds off of, I thought it was the Red Raven, but it's going to be off of a Red Devil instead. And a nice steal there by Allen County defender, and they're going to be on the push again. Ooh. Oh, and a quick double, really a triple team. But that's bad spacing. It's a nice little check there, a little shoulder reminder of who's home and who's away there at 36 minutes left in the second half. And I get a kick out of the physicality. I think it's just, it shouldn't have been. It shouldn't have been it shouldn't be over the top, but soccer is way more physical than people think it is. And if you've never played, then you wouldn't. It's hard to understand that.
Yep. A lot of falling down.
Well,
happens.
that part is, I hope unintentional. Otherwise, it's a really weird ploy.
Yeah.
Oh, and some dancing around in the midfield. But you can see how quickly Allen County recovers to kind of wall off that avenue of attack. A little give and go on the right side, but
give and go by good old hometown boy Chris Frazier.
Yep, some Coffeyville talent. Not every year, but sometimes Coffeyville can produce in the local field Kinley, and then a dangerous play, and the goalie kind of wipes out there. But you talk about, again, when you pass it back to the goalkeeper, they are not allowed to use their hands. The one advantage they have over average players in soccer, and there he was unable to control it. Very dangerous play. If there had been multiple Red Devils down there in the goal,
we might have saw a 2-0.
Yeah, that might have happened. So but not really a missed opportunity by Allen County. It was just more of a mistake that went unpunished.
Definitely some. Okay.
Yeah, and he kind of climbed the back of the Red Devil, and that's going to be a penalty, and they're going to place it down. And some just close quarters physicality here by both teams, and they're definitely not going to go out to McDonald's afterwards and hang out together. And a shove, and a Red Devil hits the turf, and it's going to be a kick awarded to Allen County here. And there's been a fast 11 minutes this first half, or this first 11 minutes of the second half.
It's been going by real quick with not as quick as the players were at the very beginning of the game, but
the time.
Yes.
Yeah. I think the players are more under control, not necessarily in the physicality, but in regards to preparation of passes and setting up the attack. But yes, in regards to how long we've been talking, it's been a pretty quick 11 minutes.
Yep.
At least for us up here in the box. I'm not sure those of you listening at home, I don't know what you guys feel about it. Leave a comment in the comment section here on the YouTube feed. But if you're enjoying this as much as we are, it's been Allen County, for a 1-5 record team, they are showing some poise out there on the pitch. And and then you set up, the goalkeeper knocks it away right into the knee of the waiting Red Devil.
Yep.
The defense for CCC caught off guard, and that's a 2-0 lead and a backbreaker for the hometown Red Ravens.
It's never a good time, especially coming down 1-0, and then 2-0 is just double.
Well, technically, you are you are right, but I think it's even more than that. CCC's been unable to get quality looks throughout this ballgame, and now they're going to have to make up 2 of them.
Yep.
If they're going to even be willing to force extended play time. They've got 33 minutes left. It's a tough one up here in the booth. We're watching this, and you can see the Red Ravens slow to get ready. Allen County looking ready to go. They've taken control of this ballgame.
They took more control than they already had, which they had a lot.
Yeah, I would say they've got all the momentum. And now you can, and then there's some kind of one-on-one play, some sloppy play out there on the perimeter. CCC,
yep, you can go.
Well, CCC is really going to have to kind of buckle down. If they don't score a goal within the next 20 minutes, their odds of winning are minuscule at best.
Yeah, they're really going to have to compose themselves and play as a team. Otherwise, we're going to see just a bunch of sloppiness.
Yeah, and it could get out of hand. Obviously, the officials are going to be right up on it. But if you're the Red Devils, do you go back on the attack yet again to go for 3 goals?
I don't know. I mean, if they're clicking and it's just there, I feel like they probably could, but because there's still 30 minutes in this game, and anything can happen in soccer. But I think they really should play a lot more conservative than even they were at 1-0, which they were playing more conservative than they were when it was 0-0. So.
If you can wall up defensively, it allows you to be physical as a unit versus one-on-one. That'll save penalties. That'll save infractions. And a missed opportunity there by the Red Ravens with the ball a little too bouncy for the forward. And then, even then, the goalkeeper kind of wraps it up, saves a goal attempt. Good job there to be aware of the situation there for the goalkeeper for the Red Devils. Yeah, Allen County, they could almost do whatever they want now, right? They've got a cushion of 2 goals. They've been in control most of this ball game. They clearly have all the momentum. And they're going to, if they want to be more aggressive, they can, knowing that if they give up a goal because of sloppy play, they still have the lead. And if they score a 3rd goal, this game is over.
And they're just really going at it,
Nice.
trying to get that ball.
Nice box out there on the rundown, and it'll be a goal kick. They're just CCC is unable to get any sort of flow to their offense.
Can't really get anything going right now.
They're struggling mightily to even get a good look at the goal, and those goals are, the way Allen County is playing defense, they've shrunk it really. They've allowed only half decent looks, I would even say, from the middle of the field. The sides have been walled off completely, and no avenue of attack. And even when the CCC attempts to get something going, it is lackluster at best. And Allen County, again, kind of pressing forward, not taking the foot off the gas, but being in control with what looks they choose to get.
Yep. Yeah, we're definitely seeing them still going at it. I mean, when they have the momentum, they might as well keep going. Otherwise, it's kind of wasted momentum.
Yeah, you might as well. It's like, buy one, get one free, and you're going to buy it anyways. You might as well get the second one free, right? You might as well go for it. Otherwise, you're just wasting the opportunity. So here they're being aggressive and pressuring on the attack. But you're going to see more as this half develops more. Passes back to the midfield, back to the defenders. They don't need to press all the way up a one-on-one play. They can just cycle the ball back to the midfield and wait to see what looks they get. And every second that ticks off, we're at 30 minutes left in this half. Every second that ticks off, you're 1 second closer to having a very, very, very happy bus ride home.
Yeah. Let's see a long kick by Allen County, and then Coffeyville's going to try to retain it, but Allen County's just there. They're trying to keep it within goal-scoring territory to see if they can make it 3-0, because at that point, it's going to be pretty hefty of toll for CC to come back.
A shot right off the cheek. I mean, you can technically walk it off, but you're not going to feel good smiling for school pictures on Monday. But, and then Allen County gets their ankles broken. A attempt here by CCC, but too many black shirts there, and that's a no-go for the CCC attack. You're talking about what happens if Allen County is more aggressive on the attack for trying to score some goals. If you have control of the ball, if you're on offense, that means the other team cannot have the ball to score.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty simple stuff. So, I mean, I know I'm not setting the world on fire with that strategy, but the more often Allen County can put pressure on CCC's defense, the less chances they have for the Red Ravens to even get a goal of their own just because they're on the defensive. So it's a solid strategy here. Allen County doing a very good job but their defense has been so good today. I don't even foresee an issue. If they just folded on offense completely, they've been phenomenal here with their ball control.
Yeah, they're definitely not going to be allowing too many goals anytime soon, but their offense is even just doing well, and no Allen County player there for the
and that was
assist,
a really good
that
setup.
That would have been really good for somebody.
But how many times have we seen a great setup in there? It seemed like almost that 2-goal lead stopped that from being a 3-goal lead just because the forwards and midfield were late on the push-up for that setup. It was almost like, well, I don't – he might score, he might not. It doesn't matter. We've got 2 goals.
Yep.
If it were a tied game, you'd think they would have been up in the box for that.
Mm-hmm. They would have been all over that one.
Yeah.
But because of the lead, they didn't really need to.
And
they
that's
didn't
something
– waste too much effort.
Yep.
Well, not necessarily effort, but just energy in general.
Yeah. And that's something with freshmen and sophomores you get. Juniors and seniors would know to capitalize on that opportunity because a 3-goal lead, at that point, you get to go to the bench, you get to relax, the reserves get to come in, and you get to kind of hang out and enjoy the ride home.
Too.
Absolutely. But even then, a 2-0 lead, and it was some nice footwork there on that baseline on that attack. And Allen County, again, with a chance to put another goal on the scoreboard.
Yeah, we're seeing Allen County doing some backtrack action.
Yeah, it's smart soccer.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something a lot of teams won't do just because it takes patience and control, as we see. Then there's another run out, and the goalkeeper's going to make it just in time. Really took a gamble there because if you miss that kick, it's 3-0 and game over.
We've got about 27 minutes left. Oh, we're going to have to really see CCC get some
How many C's are we going to see?
CCC.
Oh.
C's, but one of the C's is not the letter C.
Well, there is a school, I believe in Kansas, with 4 C's. I think it's like Central Christian Community College or something like that, and it's 4 C's. At that point, you just go C4, right?
Yeah.
At that point, you just call yourself C4?
We could be C cubed.
You could be.
But yeah, we're definitely going to have to see Coffeyville.
That's right.
Have a real surgence in offensive composure.
I think they're going to have Allen County make a mistake.
Mhm.
Honestly, I really do. The way the Red Devils have been playing, it's just going to be so tough. And you do that by being aggressive, because people usually don't make mistakes. Like, most bad decisions don't happen while you're hanging out watching Netflix on your couch because you're in a passive situation.
Mhm.
Where do people make mistakes? In aggressive situations where they have to think quickly. So you got to put pressure on that defense. Otherwise, you're going to be very sad watching Netflix at home after this loss. And this broadcast is not brought to you by Netflix. And a nice header into almost to the back of the goal. Sweet lob there on the cross. Just unable to corral it.
Had this been basketball, that would have been a sick alley-oop.
That would have been nice. You have to wait a couple more months, folks, before basketball season rolls around. Until then, we enjoy the last few days of summer here. It's September 17th. Well, we got another week left of summer. Not even
5 or 6 days.
5 or 6 days. The weather's already cooling off. I appreciate that.
Yes.
August was so hot. And like right tonight, we've got amazing evening for soccer, great weather. It can stay in the 70s and 80s for a few more months. I wouldn't mind that.
I would love that.
We don't need no 20s and 30s. That's just terrible weather for anything outdoor. For those of you that commute to work and school every day, it sucks.
Especially for sporting events, too.
Yes.
I mean, we're okay in the booth, but
yeah,
the athletes, on the other hand.
It's not great. Although in football, I always enjoyed the offensive lineman. You just build a wall wherever the wind's coming from. You just stand behind them. It gets 20 degrees warmer. It's awesome. But for soccer, everybody's about the same height. And all these athletes out there, yeah, when it gets cold, it's not built for soccer. And we see multiple Ravens hit the turf, tumble down. There's been a whistle. I think it's going to be outside the box, not inside. So a tougher kick
contact
here. Yep, I think it's going to be. They had a couple of whistles, but it's going to be off the first one. And with 24 to go, just over 24 minutes to go, here is an opportunity where the Ravens have to get a goal here, right?
Yeah, they definitely need to capitalize on this. With 24, almost half of the second half gone, they're really going to need to capitalize.
And they're taking their time setting it up. But again, if you score a goal here, if you're CCC and you score a goal here, that sets you up. You still play aggressive, but it gives you life. You miss the goal here, and look, you can see everybody's kind of boxed up, but this is an opportunity. If Allen County can corral this and it's a run out, they've got a chance of their own to score a goal after some good defensive play.
Yep. Like we said, we see that wall of Red Devils right there in preparation, and one Red Raven.
Well, he wants to be a part of the team, I guess. He's just hanging out.
I mean, they're both red teams, not jersey-wise, but
yeah, it's Kansas pride.
Yeah.
And a nice lob, but it's going to be a little bit too far and a little bit too high.
Nearly a really good kick.
It was a solid setup, not the best setup, just a little bit too much mustard on the rocket pass, and it's going to be out of bounds. Again, a missed opportunity.
Yep. Which that's been the story of CCC's offensive game tonight.
But they've missed opportunities, but they've given themselves the chance to have opportunities in that aggressive play. And the willing, I mean, I haven't seen one single person. I haven't seen any quit out there. I haven't even seen a Q or a U. It's been awesome. They've done a really good job of fighting out there, but they've just not been able to surpass the defensive prowess of this Allen County team.
Yep. Saw a handball there, I believe. And Allen County's going to get a big boot, see if they can try to get something going right here.
That was about a 13-size boot. That was pretty good. Unable to corral it, though, and CCC is going to be able to get the ball out, but a good job there. Again, where's the ball, though? It's within the 30 on the CCC side of the field, and now they're going to have the throw in, but that's just when you can get it down there so efficiently and spend some time down there, it just lets your defense rest, and it puts so much pressure on this defense for CCC. They give up a third goal, and this one's over.
We're seeing a lot of play in the midfield right now at this point, which really hasn't had as much action as the girls' game, especially. But
yeah, exactly. The girls' game lived in the midfield, whereas here it's been it's almost been the midfield's been like a flyover state. You boot it from one end to the other, you get a run out from one end to the other, and that's about it. Not a lot of control there. Again, that's where the most bodies are, but yes, the midfield getting some action here in the second half.
Good slide kick out of bounds by CCC defender.
And we've got a Raven down on the turf. And now he's up on his cleats. A quick little stoppage in play. And I believe he's going to be checking out of the game. Or he's going to
just randomly.
He's decided to stop. And then, Yes, he's going to walk off the field and he's going to take a lap probably around the perimeter while his substitute checks into him for him. Looks like he just took a shot, probably lost the air out of his lungs.
That's what it looked like to me.
Yep. And he's going to take a slow walk back to his bench to collect himself.
Yep.
That's one of the thing about soccer, though. It does allow that. In basketball, if that happens, you just kind of get drugged over to the bench. You just kind of have to stay there. Soccer allows you to reclaim yourself and get ready to go back in.
We see him jogging across onto the other side of the field, so at least he's regained himself.
Yeah, you'd imagine he'll be back into the ball game
quite soon, hopefully.
Oh, nice, solid clear out and a good header to get the ball back into Raven territory here. Allen County doing a good job. They're playing fast, but the second half they have been really under control.
Some fancy kicks going on.
It really has good footwork.
And we see CCC trying to kind of regain control. Oh, the ref got a little bit of that one.
Well, sometimes players like to. It's not the longest yard, especially, but remind the ref that, like, hey man, I remember that call you blew in the first half or whatever. Oh, and a nice dipping around by the Red Ravens, but too many black jerseys, unable to get a good look. You make one guy miss, but you don't have enough time to corral it for a shot.
That was a good spinning kind of slide tackle thing.
Yeah, that's what they call it in the book. I've seen the manual.
Kind of like slide tackle.
That's what it's in boldface. It's italicized, underlined. They gave it the triple press on that one.
Yeah.
It looks really good. Probably 14-point font, I think. Yeah. It looked great. It's the manual soccer. I tell you what. Under 20 to go now, and it is a 2-0 lead for the visiting Allen County Red Devils over the hometown CCC Red Ravens. And CCC, this is their second home game of the year, and it's the second one in a row. They lost to KCK, the Blue Devils, on Wednesday at a late night after about a couple hours of lightning delays and a long kick, a wide right, just wide right.
Not even wide, kind of skinny right.
Yeah, it kind of hooked back a little bit off the bounce. I was thinking it was going to be very wide right. They kind of hooked back. Goalkeeper had to get involved with that. But, yeah, CCC lost their first home opener. They lost the home opener Wednesday night, 4-0 to KCK. Here they're down 2-0 to Allen County. And they've got their work cut out for them with this remainder, 19 to go.
Yep. They're really going to have to put something special together to get back in this game.
It really will have to be special. They cannot play ordinary soccer. They can't even play good soccer. They're going to have to be great soccer players and a great team if they're going to overcome this deficit, if they're even going to score one goal.
Yep. And I think they will be wanting to score at least one goal because they haven't scored a goal yet at home.
That's right. Yeah, so the first one is always nice. There's a good crowd here tonight, and again, it's a wonderful evening for soccer. So of course, there's going to be some people in the stands, and but yeah, you're going to want to get that first one down. Yes, to go down 6-0, combined scoring for the first two home games, that would not be a good look, and to drop to 1-5 on the year would be tough.
Yeah, they're really going to want to do that just for the pride factor of being at home turf.
Absolutely. And again, look, this game, we got 18 minutes to go. That's a lot of time left in this ball game. But if you don't score that first one, it's impossible to score the second one.
Yep. You see Allen County throw in.
Yeah, and it's just a nice, safe dump back to basically a clear out from the defender, and it puts the Red Ravens on the defensive, which means they can't be aggressive on the attack.
Big old kick down to Red Raven territory.
Yep, and right now, that Allen County is basically just trapping and clearing. They're not worried about scoring that third goal now. If they can, they will. But right now, they know they've got the game in hand. They know that the Ravens are on the ropes, and if they can just kind of corral this game, and the next 5 minutes are going to go off, they're going to feel really good about themselves. It's going to get down to about 10, and scoring 2 goals in 10 minutes is going to be nearly impossible, especially against the defense that's played as well as they have for Allen County. So, yes, look,
nutmegged.
Yeah, and you lost the ball.
Fell.
Yep, but it looks like it's going to be awarded back to CCC, and they've got a chance here to do something with it, but they're going to have to make something out of nothing because they've gotten nothing all game.
We're going to see a kick from CCC right here. Hopefully they can get something going.
Well, you're going to look. They're going to be looking to put it right in the middle of that goal box there to allow as many of their own players to get at it as possible.
Yep.
And you see the goalkeeper for Allen County screaming at his guys, and they ricochet it off the back That did look a little. That looked a little longest yard right there. That was odd. I think he just missed the kick. I can't imagine. That was unintentional. We do not need that one on slow-mo replay. That does not need to happen. That was just an odd. You don't see that very often.
The penalty kick off of the back of the ref.
Yeah.
And
And spoiler alert, that did not work for some reason. I don't know. Is that in the playbook? Do we have that? The off the ricochet off the ref? There's off the easy, in basketball where you bounce it off the other dude's head, but I don't think there's off the ref.
I don't know. Might have to add it after this game.
That's the soccer is a fluid sport full of innovation and inventions. I think that could be a new one.
Yep.
Although it didn't work, so I don't know if anybody would want to try it again. But if you could get the ref,
had it worked,
it would have been awesome. If you could get the ref to stand in the middle of the goal and bounce it off his head into the goal, that would be awesome.
I mean, really, that's showing how precise they are. If they're trying to aim for a moving ref who's trying not to get hit.
Yeah.
It just shows how good they are.
And I guarantee it took Allen County by surprise. Nice lob there. And they're just unable to get it. It's the first pass is fine. It's the second pass that the Ravens are having trouble with. But nice lob, nice cross there. It was a beautiful setup.
We're going to see a CCC throw in, see if they can get something going again. But so far they've just been.
It's kind of just throwing stuff against the wall and hoping it sticks, but it's just not sticking.
Ooh.
And we got somebody down just out of bounds. And it looks like being told he kind of slid onto the track. So and I'll say this, that turf is firm and tough.
Yeah.
But it's padded.
But so
that track hurts. And you lose skin very, very quickly hitting that track. So dangerously close over there to really a well-built track facility up here as well as the football and soccer field. So, but you don't really want to meet because there's that little ribbon of concrete there kind of separating track and turf, and that always hurts when you make contact with concrete.
Yeah, it's never a good time. But like you were saying, how tough the concrete and turf is, or the concrete and track is, the players out here are equally as tough because that guy just bounced right on up and he was into it. Into the game right
now, I'm not saying he feels great or anything.
No, yeah,
but he's still going to give it, and that's what you like to see. These guys, there's so many players on this team. They fight so hard in practice every day for the Red Ravens. These guys are just conditioned to be tough like that. Yep. You got to bounce right back from little nicks and injuries. They're not really injuries because they don't stop you from playing. But if you're not mentally tough, you're not going to be able to play at a high level.
That lob was a little bit.
Yep, just a little bit shallow.
But it was left-footed by number 20 for CCC.
Yeah, what if he's left-footed?
Yep.
Then it's the degree of difficulty kind of goes down as we see kind of a grab and tackle there kind of at the 40. I don't know what happened there, just kind of trying to grab the guy and catch up, but it looks like it's going to be awarded. Well, at this point, they're going to go over and kind of talk about it, but awarded to Allen County.
14 minutes left.
And now we're at the point where, the next 5 minutes, if Allen County can kind of control the game and there's not really any shots on goal by the Red Ravens, you have to imagine this game is just about over.
Ravens are really going to, I said this earlier about 10, 15 minutes ago, they really need something special, but now they really need something special.
I mean, it's Saturday, but, Sunday's right around the corner. You'll be off for Upper Prairie because they're going to need something because right now, their defense has been okay. Yeah. They gave up 2 goals. That's not good, but the defense has been all right, especially with how aggressive Allen County's been attacking. But in the second half, especially about a couple minutes after they scored that second goal, Allen County's really kind of just settled in on controlling the game, owning the game. The clock has been stopped. It's at 14-11, so there's been some changes in, and the referees aren't going to allow them just to sub in and out for a couple minutes and waste some time. But, yes, Allen County's done a really good job of recognizing what the game needed to have happen. They got the second goal, and now it's okay. They can kind of chill on the ball here, take their time.
And a 2-5 record for Allen County if they win this game.
Yes.
Well, that'll look a lot better than 1-6 had they not won this
Absolutely.
game.
And you talk about a game on the road. A win like this would be huge, and that goal there, that attempt at a goal through the uprights, all the way back to the back scoreboard.
Really, it should be 5-0 because they just made a field goal.
That's true. You're not, if you could combine games,
football
really,
football,
right. But then, in basketball, it's called a field goal, and that's worth 2 points. Really, they should have 4.
Yep.
So at this point, I think and then if we start talking about like numbers, there's pie, and now I'm hungry.
Mm-hmm.
So that just conversation just went downhill.
Yeah, math just brings the
It
worst out of
really
everybody.
it's who invented that stuff? Because that's just terrible. Like the guy who thought of adding stuff together, like no go.
Nope.
That's bad stuff. 13:20 to go, and we're running out of topics to talk about to fill the airtime. But CCC really in the last moments of hope here before the final bell tolls, and Allen County
Keeping it into play.
That was tricky.
Good footwork, but CC defender.
Yeah. Take that, physics. 113 to go now, and Allen County, again, the ball on the side of the field for CCC, and they're going to take their time throwing the ball into play, setting everything up, making sure everybody's on the same page. And then I see some subs coming into the ball game. I believe both coaches are going to kind of put in their not necessarily end of bench reserves probably, but kind of that next level of guys.
Yeah, so they can kind of get to the level that the starters are on.
Absolutely.
Get some experience, get some game time.
Yeah, well, and you want to get to that point where you build up your depth and bench. Well, how do you do that? You don't necessarily – you have to put in the guys that have the talent but maybe not the experience. So you put them into the ball game like this. They get about 12 and a half, 13 minutes of good exposure to a primetime event game. It started at 7 o'clock, and they get some experience they would never get in practice.
Mm-hmm.
But in a controlled environment where you have 2-0, or in the Ravens' case you're down 0-2, but you have a chance from this point going forward to get these guys some experience, and maybe the talent rises up and your teams get bolstered going into the rest of the season.
And we saw an offsides call there on Allen County. CC will.
First one of the ball game?
No, we had another.
The second one.
Yeah, second offsides.
Not very many, and that's something that gets ironed out as the year goes along.
Yeah, definitely. But so we see CCC trying to take it up the middle right here, just trying to make something work. But I don't know if Allen County's even going to let them.
Well, it's tough going up the middle when you see how many black jerseys are just sitting between the numbers on this field, and every time you miss a pass like that, it gets booted back to your end. And a good chase there by the forward for the Red Devils just to kind of put pressure on the Red Raven defense so they can't really just sit there and control the game. But, yeah, it's Allen County's their game plan they came in with worked to perfection, I would argue, just because they were able to score that first goal really quick, and that kind of gave them command of the game, and that second goal really just put the game squarely on their shoulders. Nice lead pass there. Goalkeeper gets involved. Nice scoop. Way to be aggressive.
That was good agility shown by the goalkeeper there because CCC forward was right there.
Oh, that was a great pass, too. I mean, one more step, and that's an easy goal for a skilled player like the Red Raven forwards. But, those type of opportunities, they happen sometimes against other opponents.
Mm-hmm.
Tonight against Allen County, those have not worked, and that happens when you play teams that are tough, teams in conference, teams that really know the value of this type of game and what a win can do.
Yep. Seeing some more substitutions, it looks like.
And again, both teams fairly deep in terms of bodies on the bench. Talent level, again, we don't know. It's sometimes tough to scout those guys at the end of the bench, but you get to these programs, you've got talent to begin with. You don't get recruited for nothing, but it's sometimes these young guys, freshmen and sophomores, they don't have a lot of experience.
They don't have that killer instinct of game time, actually.
That's right. So they're learning how to play. So sometimes that makes them look less talented than they really are.
Yep.
They get some experience, that talent level just goes through the roof.
Mm-hmm. We see Allen County being pretty aggressive right here, and CC goalie got it.
Yeah, nice little scoop there, and just a good job to kind of collapse on it. And for him, he's let up 2 goals.
Yep.
But you talk about practice, those type of shots are things that he's going to have to make throughout the year. That's important to get work on, because you can do that in practice and stuff, but there's just not that same sense of just immediacy and potential of failure if you miss that ball. So it's what?
We're talking about practice?
No, we're not. No, he retired. He was in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. No, we're not talking about practice. But, no, it's just for anyway, that point just got derailed, so I'm not even going to continue it. Allen County's got the ball here in their own part of the field. Now it's up to CCC to see if they can get on the board here. And, like you said, for the first goal at home.
And it looks like we got a call back for Allen County, and they're going to take it.
A call back? What, they had a good job interview?
No, their musical.
I've never gotten one.
Well.
Oh, okay. They really they can really play the trumpet,
Mhm.
and their southern accent's pretty good. So they call it back. Boy, theater appreciation is just really working out for you, isn't it? We're under 10 to go. No, we're under 9 to go. We're at 8.5. I can't count. It's all right. And it's still 2-0. That one I got right. It's 2-0 for Allen County. And right now you can see that this game is all but over. Obviously, a wild goal score here at the very end would ignite. And the goalkeeper stepped out of the box. So that's going to be a penalty here, and it's going to be a kick to CCC. I just said a goal would really liven up the end of this game. Here is a golden opportunity for the Red Ravens. And you gotta think about making mental mistakes, stepping out of that yellow box, and some places maybe the paint's dried, maybe it's worn away. Here up here at Veterans Memorial Stadium, this beautiful venue here, very easy to see where the line is.
Yeah. And where not to cross it.
Yeah, and you don't want to cross the line.
Nope.
I mean, chickens cross roads, but you do not want to cross the line.
We are going to see a CCC kick right outside of the box, probably a foot outside of the box, and this is a really good opportunity for them to score. Yeah,
and that wall, somebody in that wall for the Red Devils. Oh, and it's also an opportunity to see if the ref will get hit by the ball again. And it's already happened once. I don't know. I don't think Lightning will strike twice.
I think he's going to,
He's going to move out of the way. If he gets hit by this kick, at that point they're gunning for him. At that point, I think we can safely say they're gunning for him. The kick is up towards the goal, and it's off the post. And a clear out by Allen County. That is as close as you can get to scoring a goal and not get something on the scoreboard.
Yep. That was really, and it was just bad, not necessarily their fault, but bad placement of where the CCC players were for that return kick. I mean, it was just bad luck for them.
But you talk about something you cannot practice. That type of thing on film now, that type of exposure to a scenario like that might save them later in the year. But right there, it's a tough break for the Red Ravens, not being able to capitalize on that goal.
Yeah, that's definitely going to hurt them.
Yeah, and that one I think is going to – I think that's the game. If you score a goal there, you had 6.5 to go. Here they're on the attack here, but they're down 2. A wall of black jerseys separates between the ball and that goal. It's going to be tough to break through it.
Yeah, CCC is going to try to get something going right here, but this is going to be kind of a last-ditch effort. Well, even though there's still 6 minutes left,
it's a lot of time, but not a lot of time in soccer. Again, with no stoppage in play, really, or no stoppage in the clock, so they're going to have to really crank it into 11 out of 10 on the speed scale to really get it going. They're right down to 6 to go, and Allen County's on the run.
Yeah, we're going to see Allen County be down in Coffeesville territory right now. See if they can get a third goal, I guess. I don't really know what they're going for. They're kind of
right now they're going for kill time.
Yeah.
If you notice, they've doing some subs. The clock is still winding down, and they are moseying to the ball to throw it in. Not exactly a lot of urgency here. The ball goes in, a safe throw back to the defenders, a smart play, and it's up for an attack. Great block there by the defender.
That might have been something.
That might have been a third goal. They get it in, and a missed opportunity there. A beautiful cross.
Real close.
And that is, we've seen 2 close misses here by both teams. And that one right there, he wants that one back. They're either going to get
been one more on the stat sheet.
I know. There's a good chance they get the win here anyways, but you miss out on a chance for some personal glory.
Yeah.
A little bit of a shove and the why me or the what if shrug or whatever we called it in that first half, and a long boot, but a good header on the stoppage there by the defender for Allen County. The goalkeeper gonna play with it a little bit in the box and see if he steps out. Yeah, well, you got the 2-goal cushion, and under 5 to go. He does not step over the line that time. He keeps his foot right on. He toes the line there and doesn't want to give up another opportunity.
Some fancy footwork.
And there's an ankle. Almost got broke. Got tweaked, I think is what we'll call it. Yep.
A slight sprain, maybe.
That's right, maybe. And another long bomb. Now you see CCC just going for runouts, hoping to get anything, and the goalkeeper right on top of it. This is the type of bender, or it's really do or die at that point. You either get a goal or you just wasted about 30 to 45 seconds of time they cannot waste.
Yeah. I mean, they might as well go for it. A nice dolphin leap into the header by James Ingram.
Oh, it was a great game. Black House 2. The dolphin dive. You see, we didn't talk about. We've missed some golden opportunities for some conversations here this game. But I tell you what, when the game is so fast like this, you got to keep covering the content. So Ravens on the the bottom of your screen there, but look at all the black jerseys. That's one person, plus you got help in the middle, and the goalkeeper right on it. It's as if everybody's tied to a string there. That's a sign of good coaching.
There's currently 3 balls on the field. I don't know what's going on.
Degree of difficulty. I mean, that's it. That's
the only way they're going to win right now.
Home field advantage. Hey, we can't score with 1. Let's put 2 out there. Let's see what happens.
It's the new rule. After 3:30 in the second half, you get to just make your own rules.
That's right. Yeah, it's like it's as close to Calvin ball as we're going to ever get. But yeah, it's some confusion for the workers here on the court, and a high arcing shot and almost a header off the ground into the goal. If you're coaching CCC, what do you take from these final moments of this game?
Just they really need to finish strong. They shouldn't give up because later in the season, I don't see they're giving up now anyways.
Right.
Later in the season, these last few minutes, especially if it was a closer game than 2, like if it was 1-1 or 1-0, they could really come back in these last couple minutes because that's what we saw. With the girls' game.
That's right, yeah. Allen County was down the majority of that game, did not give up, did not fight, closed the gap, scored with 9 minutes to go in the game to force it overtime, double overtime, scores the game-winning goal because of a lack of quit, really. And these Ravens, I do like to see the activity. I like to see the aggression here. They haven't given up, and I do like what you meant, though, because this is for time for the rest of the year. And you have to learn, some of these guys have to learn that quitting is not an option. Yeah, it's a cliche to say, but if you take quitting off the table, what are you left with? You're left with talent, you're left with hard work, and you're left with a commitment to play the full 90. Yep. And if you have that, you're going to put yourself in a situation tonight, maybe not some success. In future games, you're going to have success where it might not happen. And we see another official. Well, first we see a player slide out onto the track that could not feel good, and the official took the soccer ball off the knee. But yeah, the Red Devil, they're still on the track. Time is still ticking. Nope, the clock has stopped, and he's been helped to his feet. He's going to feel that one. He feels it right now, but he's really going to feel it tomorrow.
Feel it double.
Yes, but you like to see the effort there, though.
Definitely giving it his all, even with the 2-0 lead with under 2 minutes. That's really going to show out for coach's viewpoint.
It couldn't hurt. Well, I take that back. It just did hurt.
But it couldn't hurt their chances.
Right, and it also couldn't hurt emotionally the fact that you're putting the effort out there. And, another nice setup there, almost a third goal. Good job by the goalkeeper to step in front of that and snag the ball. And a strong box out there about at the 43-yard line there, and it's going to be a penalty awarded to CCC. 1:28 to go, or under 90 seconds to go, and the game has been over for quite a while. But I like to see the speed at which these players are finishing the ball game.
And we see CCC in scoring position, but going to see a kick out by Allen County, but CCC's defenders are right there.
Oh, and a nice lob, and I believe that was hit by the goalkeeper. Otherwise, that would have been goal number 1. It is going to be a corner kick. Boy, you rifled that one in from about the 30-yard line.
Yeah, that was a good one. And James Ingram was a defender who went for that kick, so he's used to.
And the header just misses, and the goalkeeper for Allen County yelling at his teammates, a lack of commitment to finish the ball game strong. 2 almost opportunities there. Obviously, if one would have went in, they wouldn't have had the second opportunity. But you want to finish the game as perfect as you can, not only to give yourself momentum, but just to limit the opportunities coaches have to yell at you, and the practice is coming up. You want to finish on a good note.
They're definitely going to finish on a good note here, but I don't know. CCC's had 2 really good opportunities. The game's mostly over, I'm saying. It's just for a point. Kind of pride thing at this point.
But you like to see the setup there, and again, they're hustling to the sidelines. Under 10 to go.
Corner kick with 10.
And here is your last chance for a goal.
And really far out.
Well, it was out, and the flag is up. The time is off the clock, and that will be the game. The final score, 2-0, visiting Allen County sweep the Red Ravens. And it was a fast game. It was intense. It was very physical. But Allen County, the Red Devils, take this one 2-0 over the hometown Coffeyville Red Ravens. That is your final 2-0. It was fun. Thank you for all for viewing, listening, hanging out with us. We appreciate it. We'll be back with more action later this month, throughout the year. It's going to be a fun time. Red Ravens suffered defeat today, but we'll be back with more action from them later on in the air. For Mitchell Wrights, I'm Zach Mitchell. Thank you all for watching.
Thank you.